tap in with you guys. I'm getting notifications, but I had to tap in with you guys. Um, it's a lot to know about DTF. Learn from trial and error. Simple as plain. But for the people that's starting out and you purchase these printers. Oh my God. You purchase these printers and you don't really know about the printer. You just want to print. You know that you got it, 24 inches, 7890, 7900, P6000, any one of those printers. And it just seems like the information that we go and search for on YouTube, we can't find, so we test ourselves and we try to figure it out. So I just know that DTF printing is evolving a lot. It's a lot of people that's getting into it and they're purchasing either 3880 printers or whatever size L1800 printer, A3, A4, whatever the size of the printer is. But the main thing is this: humidity plays a big part of how you print, and maintenance. It's a tedious back and forth that you're going to be facing doing this DTF. So, but speaking about when you have a printer and it prints, but it's not printing any color or it's not printing any white or both. Just don't print at all. Anything. Don't print nothing. You got to be real mindful of the history of the printer, knowing where you got it from, or if you had it for a while, you sat it up because the heads was clogged, or you sat it up because you're gonna do DTF in a while, in a minute, or later on down the line. You want to get all the materials. You want to outsource the materials and find out what you need, what you don't need. What's the best product for the printer? What's the cheapest product for the printer? Yada yada yada. Okay, just keep in mind when you guys grab a printer and you say, "Hey, it's printing out the color, but it's not printing out the white," or it's printing out the white and it's not printing out the color. Whatever one it is, I would stay away from any printer that don't work. It's just simple and plain. I would say, "Hey, I want to purchase a printer. I noticed that you have this printer. Do any whites print out? Do any color print out? Or do what's the state of the printer?" When somebody starts to ask certain questions, then I will actually say, yes, this printer is in good printing condition, or no, this printer is not in good printing condition. It needs a print head, or needs to be serviced, or needs to be cleaned. When you hear somebody say this printer needs to be serviced or cleaned, and it was printing the last time I had it, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work. Especially if they was doing DTF with it. Because one thing about DTF and the ink, guys, you have to maintenance and service the printer every day. Not every other day when you feel like you got a job coming up or you feel like, hey, I got nothing to do. Let me see if I can print out a shirt for myself. It doesn't work like that with DTF. So show you guys, we had a customer. Well, not a I can always say customer. Sorry about that. We had someone to reach out to me on Facebook and well, actually on YouTube, and they watched a couple of the videos and they sent me a picture and said, "Hey, we have this printer. This is the print head. This is how it looks." They had all the colors there, but they had no whites. So when I seen it, I asked them what did they do, what did they try, and they said they did two things. They said they just took the print head off, they soaked it, and they put it back on, and it wasn't printing at all now. Now it's not printing at all. At first, it went from printing just all the colors to print nothing at all. So I explained to them this is what happens. Okay, when you have this print head right here, and you put solution, or you flush it, or you syringe it, or you do anything like that, remember this: you have to make sure that these leads don't get wet. So when you actually take your ribbon cables and you put them inside one, two, three, four, or 101, 102, 103, 104, when you put those in, if any solution or if any type of whatever you're using get this wet and you don't see it, or you can say, hey, I wiped this off, so this is dry, or I put this in front of a fan and dried it out. Now I'm gonna tell you guys what you do. This is what goes on. Once you go ahead and the little water, some spackles drop on one of these leads, and you put your ribbon cable on, and you put this back on, and it was printing before, and it stopped printing afterwards. It just print like this and nothing come out. That means that this got wet, and what it did was it blew the resistor inside of here out. And then once that blows out, it's not going to print nothing. It's going to just go like this. You're going to do power cleanings. You're going to try to do nozzle checks, and it's going to print out nothing. The paper's still going to look blank because this gets wet. And I told the person what I do is, um, say if you had like let's say a small box like this here, right? This is what I would do. I will prop this printer head. I'll put it inside this box, and I'll sit it like this. And I'll make sure I sit something in here and sit this up and prop it up inside the box, right? I'm gonna give you guys a free one. So now we're sitting inside this box, and I'll take a fan and put it directly inside, blow directly inside. So now the fan is focused on blowing on these contacts right here. So once the fan blows, and it's sitting inside here, you know it's no air that's going outside. It's going directly and channeling directly in, so it's hitting these right here. Now, if you was to just try to take this print head and just try to prop it up and sit it like this in front of a fan, it's catching everything outside. It's not going directly in. So when you go and think that it was properly dried and you actually put your actual ripping cables back on and you try to actually print, it's going to print nothing because this is wet. But if you put it back on after you dry it and you print, it's going to print something or print the same color as it was printing, or maybe it'll free up the other color that you're trying to unclog. That's what I noticed about these print heads. Another thing I noticed about these print heads as well is when you take a syringe and you try to actually put pressure to get it to stream out, to get whatever color you want it to stream out. I had a print head, all the nozzles actually worked after I unclogged it, and I put it back in after this right here was dry, and it still didn't work. But the same thing happened with the nozzle check. When I actually stream it with the fluid, it comes out. You see it stream like, oh, this print head is in perfect condition, but it wasn't. That's what happens. So my advice to anybody who deals with DTF and they actually gets one of these printers and needs a print head, I would not buy the printer. I just buy one in working condition. So if you doing it because you know that the printer is not in printing condition and you just want to TV with it and say, hey, I'll buy piece by piece or I'll learn along the way, then I will buy the printer then. But this buy a printer, you know it's in working condition. Do a nozzle check. I wish the person would have talked to me before they actually say, hey, I'm about to remove my printer. And I would have said no. I mean, my print here, I said, no, don't do that. That's why it's good to know or deal with somebody who has the proper information. Like I tell a lot of people who watch the channel, we have training. You want to be trained, we can train you. We do live videos. We'll go through from A to B. What's this part called? What's the purpose of this? And what you need to worry about, your humidity, what you need to set the humidity to, and what you need to have to, catch the problems that's going to happen. Or if you buy a printer, say, hey, I just want to just go through it and fix it up. I know it didn't work, what I need, and I will help you guys out. Um, it is a lot. And also, I must jump a little bit over. A lot of these companies out here who actually print DTF, they have websites up and they have image requirements, right? And if you don't send it 300 DPI, transparent background with the background, that means background removed, and you size it to your image size, and then you send it to them, guys. They print it out. And A lot of these companies be so big and so high up, they just print out everything. They don't care what's being printed. They just print, and send it out. And that's what happened to a person that reached out to me. They went and got these images printed out by a company, and the company did not remove the white background. They just gave it to them just like this for them to put on a shirt. And they had to get those shirts out to a customer within a day. So they reached out to me and they wanted me to press the images on a shirt like this. They said, "Hey, my heat press blew out, and I want to press these images on a shirt. And you think you can do it for me?" So I was just like, "Send me your image," and they sent these. And I looked and said, "You can't put these on a shirt. It still has the background on it." So the company just would have wasted all this ink to print out something the customer don't need, instead of just contacting the customer and say, "Hey, your images wasn't right. You think you can resend them out without the background, or we can do the background removal for you?" And I think that's just totally wrong for these companies when they have a person that's outsourcing the work, and maybe they building their business off your business, and you giving somebody something that's unacceptable like this. So I just look at companies and say, I don't want to be that type of a company to get too far up to where I can't reach out to my customers, or one of my workers reach out to a customer and say, "Hey, can you fix this? Or we can fix it for you." I want this print. I would never ever do this right here. And that's like just a slap in the face. Because what about this customer was like, "Hey, my other customer really needed this." What about if it been somebody's, you know, uh, rest in peace shirt, that had a family member that passed away, and they needed the shirts, and there was an event coming up, and what about that? So you got to keep all these things into mind when you're dealing with DTF on the back end of things, because a lot of these companies just will say, "Well, you should have went to the website. Well, it's right there. Send me some, you know, well, image requirements." I had a company do me like that a long time ago, and it's not, and it's crazy because it was a friend of mine that I knew, that I met within the DTF, and one time my printer had went down, and the image quality, it was okay, but the colors didn't come out right. And he told me the same thing. I'm like, "Wow, I thought we was boys. I thought we was friends. You gonna tell me this?" I said, "Oh well, I need to really get my printer back up and running." So from that point on, and there's a couple other little incidents that make me say I need to print myself. I can't have nobody do it for me, because they're not gonna print with the passion that you have, and they're not gonna you know, critique the fine things that need to be, saying tweaked to keep everything going. People just run printers all day. And I was talking to my fiance about that, and I said, "You know what? They take out the person that's really into the colors and vibrancies, and it's kind of like the mom's barbecue type of situation. Now mom's barbecue is in everybody's kitchen, and you see different type of people that's over here cooking mom's barbecue. There's people over here cooking mom's. I'm like, I thought it was a recipe that's passed down through generation and family, and that's the same way DTF is. It got watered down. A lot of companies went corporate and it got so big, and it just doing too much to the DTF world. I just trip off a lot of these other channels that's come out selling these printers now, and the customer service that they're giving these people. And I get it on the back end and say, "Wow, they told you that," or "They didn't contact you, and you still in the same boat," or it is so much. So I'm not taking shots at nobody, but it just, I see so much on the back end with DTF. It's just like, wow, crazy. But anyway, I'm about to let this video go, get off. But if you guys got these printers, man, these print heads cost a lot of money. If you have a 70, let's say a 7890, this print head costs 2,500 the max, probably 1,800 to 1,500. Somebody go get it from a third party China. It's not going to print the same way as the Epson printer. The original one does. It's a color difference in it. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just over exaggerating. Who knows? But I know I see the difference in the color. But it's not everybody's have the same eyes as me. So, but other than that, looking to spend 15, 18 to 25 to 3,000 for this print head. And the printer probably don't even be worth that much right now as we speak. But at the same time, this is one of the main factors that you got to keep in mind once you say, "Hey, my printer's not printing," and you think about removing this print head, it's time to get another one. 6 months, 8, 12, you'd be lucky to get up to a year if you don't have the humidity and everything right. If you're printing this seriously every day, if you're doing a proper cleaning still gonna need another print head because print heads go out. You know, that's what happens with DTF. And I tell people, don't be cheap. A lot of people with this DTF is cheap, and I know a lot of companies don't want to say it on their channel, but they be cheap. Come to print. I don't want to get that. How much is that? Yeah, I'm gonna be try to save it. Let me try to flush it out. And if you can try to flush it or do anything like that, it's good. But if you keep trying to do it over and over and over and over, it's not gonna work out for you. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not gonna work out for you trying to just keep trying to pull the print out and flush it. Just go. I know if you guys watching, whoever watching this, if you guys got a business that's going, and if you've been in it for a year or 2 years and you're still doing DTF, then it's paying you to where you can go buy you a print head, or if you're working and you're doing DTF on the side, combine your capital and go buy you a print head. You can't always save these. You can't. And I'm gonna tell the people that's watching too, if you got 8 channels and two of them go down and you still have six, you only need that's all you need. Don't try to flush the other 2 channels out and risk blowing your print head out and all your other ones don't work. So you'll risk, I call it the 2 and 6. You're gonna risk 6 people for 2 people. Think about it. Still got 2 whites to print. CYMK, 4 colors and the whites. You don't need them other 2 channels. You don't need to try to unclog the print head. You don't need to try to flush it out. If they clogged, when you try to do this a wet cap and they don't come out, use the other 2. Just prepare to buy another print head, and you'll be up and going again. And then keep your humidity at a 40, and you should be all right for a couple more months. It's everybody always trying to save these. Don't save them. Just get rid of them and buy some more. The business is going to treat you good. We in a business to where you make thousands of dollars every week, every other week, or hundreds of dollars every other week. So you can save up to buy a print head. A lot of people just don't want to. They just want to try to save. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to try to go research and find some more solutions, and they find this and find that. And if by the time you do that, you're like, dang, now I can't print nothing at all because the print head don't work at all no more. I had 6 colors, but I was trying to get my other 2 colors back, and it don't work. So that's just like I say, hey, you can rebuild with 6, but if you lose 2, and then you're gonna lose 6/2. That don't make any sense. It happened to me before. I was stuck inside of that mode to where I need all my channels working all the time. I don't want to hear it. I need to have all my channels working all the time. And it doesn't work like that. So sorry to say. But anyways, guys, you guys want good quality prints. You don't want your prints come out looking like this. When you get them, go to the website, FOMDTF.com. Guys need any type of training for the printers as well. Go to the website. Hit me up. I'm reachable. Call me up. I got people calling me right now, texting me right now. Texas area code. They're like Vegas too as well. But about to get off and get to these calls. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.